Hello, it looks like we are live this morning. I am so excited. Welcome everybody to Make It Rain. A massive, massive hello and welcome to you all. Let me know in the comments as you are jumping on. I want to see where you're all joining us from because we know this is a global space. I want to see, let me know in the comments. I've got your comments up here. I can see you all. Hello, hello. So great to see so many of you jumping on with us live. We've got so many of you from all over the world joining us, and I'm just so excited to welcome you officially. I'm joining you here from the beautiful Bali, and how amazing is it that we truly get to connect from all over the globe in this way in the online space. So let me know in the comments, where are you watching us from? Honoring you all for being here today. Okay, I can see your comments coming through. This is amazing. So good. We've got Hamilton, Victoria, Florida, USA. We've got New Zealand, Sweden. That's so good. We've got Bali, Melbourne, Sydney, Australia, Colorado. So great. Savannah, Kempton. This is awesome. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi from Central Florida, Australia, Ontario, Canada. Amazing. This is great. Western Australia, Arizona. Make it rain, baby. Yes, we are ready to make it rain. Are you all excited? We've got people from Los Angeles online with us, Sunshine Coast in Australia. Everyone's excited. I'm loving this energy already. So incredible. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you ready to make it rain? Yes. Okay, well, I'm honoring you all for being here today because I know that we are all busy in our lives, right? We've got things going on, families, dogs, husbands, jobs, all the things. So I'm really celebrating you for choosing to be here today, to invest this time into looking at a new way that you might introduce something really exciting and life-changing into your way of living and thriving. And most of you will likely have met me already inside the welcome video. But for any of you that maybe haven't yet, or you're jumping in last minute, no worries at all. You're meeting us all now. My name is Jen, and I'm going to be your host for the next couple of days. And I'm so excited and blessed to spend this time with you. So just before I introduce you to our incredible speakers, I'd like to just share a little bit of housekeeping for you, just so you know where to be, what's going on, what you need to know. We are going to be live today and tomorrow. Right, we're live right now, same time each day. So from 11 a.m. AEST, that's Australian Eastern Standard. And I know for those of you watching us over in the States, you're tuning in from your time hour yesterday, 5 p.m. PST time. So check your time zones if you need to ahead of tomorrow, just to double check, but it was going to be the same time, same place for tomorrow. And we are also going to have immediate replay access for you here inside this group. So if for any reason you need to jump offline, or your internet goes funny, or something happens, or maybe you're in a time zone where you knew already you're going to be catching the replay, welcome. If that's you and you're now watching the replay, let us know in the comments, #replay, and do play along with us, as though you're here with us live. Let us know your thoughts, your feelings, the whole vibe that you're feeling, because we will be seeing you. And I invite everybody in the comments. I don't even need to tell you because you've already, hold on a second. I saw an urgent comment. We've got friends only on. I'm sure that's fine, my love, because we're just live into a group. Okay. Let me know in the comments, yes, if you are watching the replay. We are going for both days. We're going to fully support you all to get the most out of our incredible time together. So those of you playing all out in the comments right now, that's amazing. I love this energy. All of us as the speakers will feed off of that from you. So please do play full out. And of course, for those of you playing full out and showing up live all the way to the end, we're going to have an incredible 300 Australian dollars cash giveaway for someone who really shows up in the comments, all out, playing all in, and we will be giving someone $300 today for both days as well, tomorrow as well. So we're going to go for approximately 60 to 90 minutes each day, and we're going to pack our value here for you to give you the best energy and the best transformational experience. That is what you are all here for, and we are truly excited for you. And I really invite you all to fully show up here present and all in. Like, not only for $300, how good would that be? But treat this like you already paid to be here. Imagine you paid $1,000 or more to join us live, because we are really giving you the opportunity and the information for you to truly transform your life. And we know that it's worth paying for. So you are here for a reason. And what we are about to share with you today has so much power to transform the entire trajectory of your life, just like it has for myself and our mentors and speakers that you're about to meet today. And I'm so excited that we're going to introduce them to you just now. Then when you show up like you've paid for an event, and you truly commit to going all on in this experience, we promise we're going to bring our best and match your best energy. Do you agree that that sounds good? Let me know in the comments. Who's excited? Are you going all in with us today? The energy is on fire. I can't even keep up with the comments. This is wonderful. And because we really do celebrate abundance in here, you know, that's why we bring such massive energy, because we're here for showing you the pathway to full abundance, to limitless opportunities. And we're really here for celebration, for excitement, and for everything that's going to be unveiled for you today. So all you need to do to be in with a chance to win that $300 is show up in the comments throughout this call, stay on live until the very end, and share what you're loving, share what you're excited about. Like, what are we inspiring in you? And we'll pick a worthy winner at the end of day 1 and day 2. Okay, so I do have a speaker update for you. As you know, in business and in life, we always need to be able to pivot when life happens, when things happen, and when we're called to do so. And today we are not going to be joined by the incredible Christy Exord. Unfortunately, she is not well. So we're sending her all our healing vibes for a fast recovery. She has shared that she's going to come into the group across the next week. She's going to come in live to meet you all, to share her powerful story, because you do not want to miss what she has created, and the people that she's been able to impact across the world is nothing short of amazing. So we will make sure that you will not miss that live. So be eyes open, but we will make sure you do not miss. We still have her incredible husband, Clint X. Morgan, who's going to be joining us first. And I can't wait to introduce you all to him as one of our, and also as well as one of our community legacy leaders, Carmen Smith, who you met in the group briefly this week. But stepping in for Christy, we are bringing an incredibly powerful piece for you to call you forwards to your greatest wealth potential. We're going to be bringing you a multiple award-winning writer, speaker, who's been called a paradigm-shifting storyteller. His name is Tarek EQ Amawi. He began his journey to freedom as a mixed kid who was moving around a lot and really didn't feel like he fit in. He's often remembered for his ability to speak to your soul. Who's here for that? He's going to leave audiences galvanized into action. Yes, he's been featured in TEDx. He's spoken at the Stockholm School of Economics. He's sold out conscious festivals around the world and retreats. His journey of entrepreneurship has really taken him from selling computers in England to running transformational retreats here in Bali, to becoming a creative director for a technology company, growing a worldwide freedom business, and setting everyday people free to live limitless lives with purpose and prosperity for all. So no one better that could we think of to fill Christy's shoes for today. We want to invite you all to step into a whole new version of you from today. And I'm excited to feel your energy rise when you do feel that call forward throughout today. Are you all excited? Loving the love being shared for Christy. Thank you, everyone. She will so appreciate that. She may even be watching from where she's healing herself. Loving all these comments. So let's get started, because we're going to share with you today across the next 2 days as well how you can create limitless wealth, freedom and abundance with a conscious online business model that really supports you to claim back your time, your freedom and your choices. And you being here right now means that you know you're already looking for a solution, right? You're here for more. You're here as an action taker. Yes, let me know in the comments. You're looking for a new way to create freedom. You're looking for a way to create impact. And nothing lights us up more than knowing that you're here now looking for a way to shift a new reality. And I'd love to know, what does freedom really mean to you? Let us know in the comments. What does freedom look like for you? Because we are so different. We're a global community. We are male, we are female, we are all the things, we are family members, we are husbands, wives, all of the things that makes us so uniquely different. So freedom to me may look very, very different to you. And I'd love to see in the comments what freedom looks like for you. It means peace, time with your grandbabies, yes. Location, independent lifestyle, and income freedom. Yes, incredible. Freedom means supporting my family and my dreams. Yes. Not to miss a first of my daughter. Yes, amazing. Being limitless. Plenty of funds. Yes, for that. I have a choices in life, options for my family, time with my children. Oh, these are beautiful comments. More time with the kids, less stress about money. Life my own way. Yes, this is amazing, guys. Thank you so much for sharing. There's some similarities here, right? We're in a like-minded community. This is so good. We get to celebrate our differences. But thank you for sharing that in the comments. I want to really honor all of our time right now. And it's time to bring out your amazing speakers. It's time to get excited to meet Clint X. Morgan. What he has created in his life across the last 5 to 6 years is beyond inspiring. I almost said expiring. Sorry about that. And he's really responsible for the space that we're all able to show up in today alongside you all. And yet he started off broke, living in his mum's basement, trying all of the things and just not finding the success he knew that deep down he was capable of creating. And his against the odds journey from financial and self-doubt through to massive breakthrough results really shows the fierce conviction that is needed to become an icon, to become the master of your own life. And beyond the numbers, you'll discover that Clint's on a mission to help families unlock their full potential as visionary leaders, while still being able to remain dedicated to their family and their values. And Clint is all about excellence and really with powerful meaning across health, across wealth, and across business. So to hear his story is going to be such an invitation for you to know that anything is always possible when you simply choose that it is. And next up, we will then be joined by the ever-inspiring Carmen Smith, an infectious, heart-centered, bubbly personality, the most beautiful presence and leadership. She is living her legacy lifestyle and has built a global organization. She was also someone who had to choose a different path for herself than the one she was on in order to live the life she desired. Can we relate to that? The payoff to her commitment to her own limitless freedom, wealth, and abundance has truly paid off. And it's always a special time when we are in her presence. And then we will be bringing out the phenomenal Tarek to bring us home to our full wealth potential. So can we get some celebration in the comments for our speakers who are all here today to be of service to you here in this group? They're going to be sharing what's working for them. I'm loving the dancing. They're going to be sharing what's working for them in our most unique space. And it's really time now to lock in, to get started. Everybody here has impacted thousands of people, just like you and I. And I'm so excited to welcome you, Clint. First up, welcome, legend. We're so excited to hear from you. I will then hand over to Carmen and Tarek, and I will join you only at the very end, just to make sure you know where to be for day 2. Are you ready to go, Clint? Let's make it rain.
Let's do it. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for the warm welcome. Appreciate you so much. So just so we're clear, we're making it rain. We're not making it rain water. We're making it rain money. In case that wasn't clear. I'm not doing some rain dance, right? And I live in the northern rivers of New South Wales, and we definitely don't need any more rain. So let's make it rain money, shall we? In a really powerful and profound way that may include water. So I'm really honored to be here, and I have been reflecting on my own journey over the last 8 or 9 years. And I remember I had this moment. And so we're in Bali. I was in a little island off Bali called Gili Air. And I was there with my wife and my beautiful sister. And we were there, and I was contemplating life. And I was going through this deep, contemplation phase where I was just questioning everything. And maybe you can relate to that. If you can relate to that, just drop a yes in the comments. When you start to question things, you start to go, well, is this true? Or why is my life like this? And do I have the power to change it? And so I was asking these questions, and I strongly believe the power of your life is based on the power of the questions that you ask. So I was asking these questions. I was like, is there more to life? What else is there? What's my purpose? Who am I? Why the heck am I here? And I had this moment. We're in Gili Air, and I was in this deep reflective process. Let's call it a meditative state, right? And I was there, and this statement just landed into my brain like a drop of awareness. And I had this statement come to me like a thunderbolt, like rain from the sky, right? And it said, your thoughts create your reality. Your thoughts create your reality. And this wasn't new information for me. You know, I'd read personal development books, and this is a common theme when you delve into the personal development world, that it's like, you know, your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions do create your reality. And so it wasn't new information for me. However, it hit me and it landed and I felt it. And it had an impact on my life, because at that present moment in this hotel room that we're in Gili Air, I didn't actually have the money to check out. So in Bali, different to other places in the world, in Australia, you pay when you arrive. In Bali, you pay when you leave, or in Australia, they at least hold your credit card. In Bali, it's a little bit more trusting, I guess. And so I wanted to check out, we wanted to move on, but I didn't have the money to pay for the previous nights. So here I was in Bali, broke, didn't have the cash to even check out of my hotel. But I had this download. And at the time, my wife was pregnant with my first son. Your thoughts create reality. So here I am, can't even check out of my hotel, pregnant wife, broke as. But something shifted. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, if my thoughts create my reality, and I realized, I was like, holy crap. I was like, I'm really focusing on what I don't have, the lack, the scarcity, the lack of belief in myself. And so as I had that realization, I also realized that what came with it, that my thoughts create my reality. And I was living in this really scarcity, broke reality. And at the same time, it gave me the power to change. So I'm like, well, if these are my current thoughts and it's created this reality, what if I shifted that? What if I started to open up to different possibilities? And at the same time, I had this amazing business model there at my fingertips that was available to me, but I was doing everything in my power to avoid it, to actually doing the work which was necessary to get it off the ground and make it happen and make it work. So from that moment, I drew a line in the sand and I started to become the guardian of my thoughts, of my actions, of my beliefs around money, around what was possible. And I started to open myself up to new possibilities. And very quickly, it started to sprinkle. Just a little bit. So a little bit of water started falling from the skies. And this came not in money, but in belief. I started to feel different. I started to see life from a different lens, from a different perspective. I started to see possibilities. I started to hold a different vision for myself. And so when I noticed when my mind was going back into the lack, the scarcity, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm always going to be broke, I'd catch it. And I'd fill it with something that was more inspiring. What if? I am abundant. I am capable of building a successful business. I am capable of living free. Because like I could see it. There was a part of me that could see it. And I feel if you're here on this masterclass, if you hear you tuning in, then you know there's a possibility for you. You know there's another pathway. There's another reality that can be opened up. One of abundance. What if you didn't have to check your bank balance when you made a decision to do something? What if you didn't have to check in with your boss or your employee when you wanted to take some time off? Or what if when something tragic happens in your life, which I don't want to put that out there, but for me, something tragic happened just over a year ago. My brother was diagnosed with cancer. And because of the life that I devoted myself to and the decisions I made from that point in Bali, where I started to show up different and adopt different belief systems, things started to change very quickly. And I started to create abundance. And I started to call in the life and the freedom and the prosperity that I knew I'd always wanted. And things started to change. And they changed very quickly from that moment. And we've now built a very successful business that pays us whether we show up or not. Completed complete financial freedom. And so when my brother needed me and I needed him to be there in his last days, I didn't have to worry about money. I didn't have to worry about my boss. And I was able to take the time that I needed the space to really grieve and feel. And I knew my wife and my life and my children were supported. And we even had one of our biggest months in business at a time where I was completely present and right by my brother's side with my family who needed me, that needed my full presence. And the same when my wife had our children. I was able to take some space. So these things happen in our life, but most people are too busy trying to pay the bills, trying to put food on the table, which I get it. I've been there. I know what that's like. But there's this whole other reality that's available to us. One of financial freedom. One of time freedom. Because it's not just about having the money. There's no good in having heaps of money coming into your bank account if you don't have the time to appreciate it and experience it and enjoy it. So I find there's different people. Some people have like stacks of money, but they just don't have any time. They're so consumed by their business or their life or their career that they don't have time to be present with their family. And then maybe on the shoes on the other foot, where you have the time, but you don't have the money to live the life that you want, that you know you're capable of. And you see other people having these amazing experiences and doing this cool stuff. And you're like, well, what if that, why not me? Well, I'm here to tell you it can be you. Because those 8 years ago when I was in Bali, not only did I not have the money, I was also in a lot of debt. I had $40,000 of bad credit card debt. So I was in the negative. I was worse than just flat broke. I was beyond broke. So I invite you to begin to ask different questions. What if prosperity was possible for me? What if complete financial abundance was possible for me? What about if I was not only able to have the time to experience and do what I loved, what if I had the money and the resources to back that up? So I could live prosperous and free. What if I could live prosperous and free? So I had the money and the time freedom to enjoy that money. And the thing is, once you start to make more money, you can start to buy back more time. So for us, a lot of the jobs and the things that we don't have the desire to do, so many people's lives are filled with just like, I think, because we have 3 children, right? And small children, 6, 3, and 2. And lives, they're wild, man, and they're so messy. They make so much mess. They bring so much blah. You can have a clean house and they come in whoosh, within minutes. It's looks like it's never been cleaned, right? And so for me, I hate cleaning. I can't stand it. It gets at me, gets under my skin. So we hire a cleaner. someone that enjoys it, someone that, needs the money and needs that to support their lifestyle. And so we're able to then buy back our time. So then we're even spending more of our time doing what we love. And for us, what we love is spending time with our children, spending time on our land. We have a beautiful piece of property that we're turning into a retreat center, and we're able to have not just the time and money, but we're able to fulfill a deep intrinsic vision and mission that we know we're here to do. And I know that the people that are tuning into this masterclass, if you had money, more money, then you'd do some good things with it. You'd support people, you'd support causes that you wanted to get behind. You'd give. And so the more money and more wealth that's in the hands of really good people with their hearts in the right place, that's you. I know that's you. We don't attract people that their head and their heart aren't in the right place. So I know, and that's my invitation or request, is that you get empowered financially. You make it rain in your life. And as your cup is full, you share that with others. So start with empowering questions. What if this was possible for me? What if I could have more time and the money to enjoy that time? And what if I could have some more money and some time to enjoy that money? What would you do with that money? How would you spend your time? Some people, everyone's different. Some people are like, man, I want to travel the world. And that was me. But now I'm like, 3 kids traveling the world. No thanks. I want to stay here. I want to travel to our land and be in nature. That's my desire. But then we have other people in our community like, man, I just want to travel. Epic. Go do that. How do you want to spend your time? Do you want to travel? Do you want to invest in different things? Do you just want to take off that financial burden? Do you want to really spiritually evolve? For me, that's been a big driver. I want to have the time to really delve into that. So I spend a lot of my times doing practices and opening up my channels and pathways and increasing my life force energy. And I spend a lot of time and energy in that. For me, the inner game, that's what really opens up space so I can be and feel more of me. So what's that for you? What's that thing? What's that thing? Keep that here or here. What's that thing? Who do you want to be? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to become? What would you do if you had $1 million residual income landing in your bank account every year? Imagine that, $1 million in your bank account every single year, whether you showed up to work or not. How would that change your life? How would that impact your life? How would you play the game? So I thank you. And I'd like to now introduce to you cool and calm Carmen. Thanks, Carmen. Make it rain.
Thanks so much, Clint. That was a hugely powerful session for us to be able to kick off for our masterclass today. And it really takes me back to just a few years ago where I was on the other side of this screen, being able to listen to my very first masterclass. And it was actually Clint's story that really invited me to be able to play full out and step into my potential. And so I love that I'm being able to come and be here with you live today and truly share with you how to step into this potential for yourself. And what I'm going to invite you into today is being able to create a future pacing session for yourself. Because that's what I did 5 and a bit years ago when I watched a masterclass with Clint sharing his story then. And he really invited me to step into the future that I wanted to create. What if, just like he shared, Because when I was on the other side of this screen, I was a horsemanship coach. I was traveling up and down the east coast of Australia, and I absolutely loved my job. It was actually my dream. I'd spent for 17, 18 years being able to reach and live this dream. I loved it. I was outside in nature, traveling, around Australia, Europe, all sorts of areas, America. I loved it, but my bank account didn't. And there is no romance without the finance. Being able to not pay my bills, being able to really not keep my head above water. And being a single woman, I wanted to be able to just keep supporting myself and simply just live a nice, simple life. But the big dream was I'd love to be able to afford my own property. I would love to be able to pay my bills with more ease and flow. I would love to be able to have some time freedom to myself. Drop me a 1 in the comments if you can relate to some of that in your life right now. Because I wanted just to have that breathing space. And just like Clint has shared with you, what if? What if all these things that you are desiring to create in your life right now, what if this very masterclass is the stepping stone for you, like it has been for me? Because today I get to be able to sit here and share with you just a few steps down the track from you of starting, being able to bring my dream to life. And I'm sitting here on my own 96-acre property. That was my dream 5 and a bit years ago. And actually, it gives me goosebumps because yesterday, considering today's the leap year day, but yesterday was my 2-year anniversary of moving into my dream home. And I did that. Being able to implement what Clint has given me to be able to do. What if this was the very thing that brought it to life for you? And 2 years ago, being able to, there was no keys of handed over. It was kind of like unlock the gate kind of thing. But 2 years ago, stepping into that future for me came to life. 96 acres of rolling hills, green grass. It was definitely raining then, so there was a ton of water. There was creeks and dams. Horses, come with 20 cows and a red tractor. That was my dream. Now I'm going to help you be able to reverse engineer it from where you currently are right now and where you truly desire to be able to be. Because this masterclass and stepping into this conscious business model for myself is truly what has created the magic for me. 5 and a bit years ago, when I was on the other side of this screen, and I was struggling financially, I'd probably stuck my head in the clouds for a good 3 years. Who else can relate to that? You think things will get better next year, or it'll be my year next year, or this is my time, this is it. But nothing actually changes. You keep doing the same thing over and over again. I kept putting on more courses. I kept driving further distances. I just made myself more busy, more exhausted, and more broke, really, because the expenses of everything was going up. And even in life back then, 5 years ago, we're in Australia here, we're going through the drought. And if it wasn't the drought, it was fires and floods and whatever we're calling the last few years. And my income was hugely affected by that. It's the first thing, a clinic, a horse fun thing that people take off their list. So my income kept declining. And so I thought I'll go and get a part-time job at our local grocery supermarket. And I thought that would be the answer. Drop me a job in the comments below if you too also thought maybe just another job, exchanging our precious time for a capped income is also the answer. And I got actually knocked back 3 times from this job. I couldn't actually go and get a job stacking shelves. So now my confidence was also at an all-time low, thinking, oh my God, you're actually, a bit useless at what can you actually go out and do, Carmen? And then I came across this masterclass. And I often remind myself of when one door closes, there is another door that is opened. And you're here today to be able to capture that for yourself. You're here today because a door has been opened for you to be able to get resourceful and get into solution mode for yourself. And so I watched a masterclass like this and being able to step into action for myself, being able to implement the actionable steps that Clint and the other speakers have given me over this time and truly bring to life that dream that was on my heart. And I actually did it as a video. And I'm going to give you guys some steps of things that you can do to create this for yourself, because 5 and a bit years ago, I feel I just stopped dreaming. I just stopped dreaming because there was no money to pay the bills. So why actually dream when there's no there's no money extra left over? Because you're not going to be able to bring it to life, Carmen. And so being able to flip that switch for myself, being able to listen to the trainings and the guidance that I was being given by people that had walked that pathway before me. And Clint has been a huge inspiration to me along this journey of watching his own success and growth, and also being able to implement the advice and the guidance that he's given me along the way to implement this in my life. So now it's your turn to be able to implement this for your life. What is it that you truly desire? If you had no limitations, no money limitations, no time limitations, where would you be? What would you be doing? And who would you be doing it with? Because these are some of the questions that I started to ask myself. And like Clint said at the start of this, look at the questions that you're actually asking yourself. Where do you want to be? What do you want to be doing? I just wanted freedom. I wanted to be able to choose to design my own days. I wanted to wake up with no alarm clock. I wanted to hang out in my PJs all day if I wanted to. I wanted to go out and ride my horses. I wanted to be able to play out in nature. Wanted to have lunch with friends and not have to check my bank account. I wanted just to be able to go on holidays. I never knew what an actual holiday was because the old saying is that if you have horses, you're going to be broke for the rest of your life. And I bought into that. What beliefs or what stories are you buying into just because? Just because that's what other people say. Just because that's the environment that you're in and you bought that story and now you're making it into your life. Because they say that you become like the 5 people that you surround yourself with. Who is in your environment? Who is cheering you on? Who is inviting you forward to play a bigger game in life? And I got to put my big girl pants on and be able to lean into that and truly be able to design a life that I loved. And here I am 2 years in, being able to create that for myself, being able to be my own hero. I often joke that I probably watched too many Disney movies, that I was just waiting for Prince Charming. I was just waiting for Prince Charming to come and save me. And he would have the property, he would have the finances and the resources. But I got to be able to save myself. And over the last, 15 months or so, we've had probably 15 months of interest rate rises that I've been able to solely support myself with because of this conscious business model, because of the steps that I've implemented and grown into and stepped into that. So if you were to be able to create this future pacing session for yourself, you can do it via a video. I really encourage you to be able to do it as a video because it's a really personal keepsake for yourself. I've got my video from 5 and something years ago now, where I just had this conversation with myself of what did I truly desire to create. If you were to close your eyes, if you're driving, probably don't be closing your eyes right now, guys. But if you were truly able to close your eyes and dream big, what would you be doing? Where would you be? And who would you be celebrating with? And if you want to write it out too, guys, like put yourself under a nice quiet tree, grab a journal or a notepad or something for yourself to actually go and put pen to paper. There's something that touches our soul when we actually get back to writing things and connecting with that. Connect with your heart. What is it that you truly want? Not what your next door neighbor wants, not what your parents want, not what your partner wants. What do you truly want? And step into that for yourself. Because mine was to be able to look out, and I'm looking out at my beautiful paddocks here. Because it's rained, it's also green, but it's also raining in my bank account. So I love the title of this masterclass. But when I did my writing of it, I would also draw what would my property look like. And I kid you not, guys, I've got like a huge notebook here, like a really big one. And I would draw the driveway of my property. and a really long driveway. I don't know why I wanted a really long driveway, but I would draw the driveway and the fencings, and this would be paddock number 1 and paddock 2. And then the house, I kind of skipped past the house area and I really focused on the outdoor area, which is very entertaining because the property that I purchased, as soon as I drove down the driveway, I knew that was it. That was it. The driveway is the longest part. It's such a long driveway, which makes me giggle because I'm like, wow, that's exactly what I drew in my diagram. So get really clear. What do you see? What do you feel? How do you feel as a man or a woman? How do you feel? And what do you smell? What are you surrounded by? I had views of green grass and rolling hills. I didn't know there would be cows in there, so they were a bonus. But I love sunsets. Drop me a sun in the comments below if you either love sunsets or sunrises. I just love being able to connect with nature like that. But I was always so busy that I never actually had time to be able to watch the sunrises and sunsets. But now I'm surrounded by the most amazing sunrises and sunsets, and beautiful green grass and mountains and the most amazing views. I needed to get a bit clearer on the kind of house that I wanted because now I'm having fun renovating my farmhouse. We just renovated the kitchen last year. I really wasn't clear on what I wanted the house to look like. So I can actually relate to that now when I go, I manifested everything else on the outside. Now I need to be able to get clearer on manifesting what I wanted the house to be. Because if you think about when you go to a restaurant and you put an order in for a glass of white wine, please, and you get an orange juice. Okay, well, thanks. The orange juice is nice, but I actually asked for a glass of white wine to go with my pasta, please. It's the same thing that you put the order out into the universe. What kind of income do you want to be making? What do you want to actually be doing in your days? Get really clear and put your order in. Are you after a white wine or are you after a glass of orange juice? Get clear on it, guys, and what you truly desire. And there's power in being able to create it as a video for yourself because I get to look back on that 5 and a bit years later. And that's me recording my video, so afraid, so frustrated, so full of debt. I had over $47,000 in credit card debt, guys. $120,000 personal loan. I was overwhelmed. No, in victim mode, love you dearly, Carmen, but you're in victim mode and you weren't getting into solution mode for yourself. Get back to what it is you truly want to be able to create for yourself. Remind yourself of how powerful you are and that there are solutions out there. Get really clear on what it is that you want to be able to create for yourself. Know that you are worthy of it, and paint that picture for yourself of who are you going to celebrate with? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? Truly take the time to be able to record it as a video for yourself, guys, or write it out as a journal piece and give yourself dedicated time of if you were to dream really big, where would you be? What would you be doing? And who would you be celebrating with? And just being able to be full circle on the other side of this screen now and share this piece with you guys where Clint inspired me to be able to take the action, to be able to step into my potential and create that future for yourself, because now it's your turn. Now it's your time to shine. And you get to make it rain in your own bank account, in your own vision of what you want to be able to create in your life. So huge thank you to Clint for all you've done and being able to go first. And I love being able to share today being my special day of me celebrating my 2-year anniversary in my dream property because of the action steps that Clint invited me to be able to do. So thank you, thank you. I'm going to invite our next amazing speaker onto our stage this morning. So a huge welcome back to Tariq. Thank you very much. You are going to have your socks blown off with his amazing story of really being able to speak to your soul. So have an amazing session there. Thank you, guys.
All right. Hello. How are you, everyone? Just give me a yes if you can see me and hear me clearly. Let me know that I'm coming through loud and clear. And can we just take a moment to acknowledge the speakers who have shared so far? Can you see the realness that's on display? Ordinary people having extraordinary outcomes, extraordinary experiences. Because deep down, we're all extraordinary, and we deserve to live in extraordinary ways. And so when you are around people who deeply desire to live an extraordinary life, it rubs off on you. So I have a paradigm shift in store for you. I'm going to make a bold statement, a bold claim, if you will, that by the time I get through my presentation with you today, you won't see the world the same way again. And I know that's saying a lot. And so I'm going to ask your permission to be able to change the way that you look at yourself, life, and your role within it. Because in the same way that Morpheus gave Neo a choice, red pill or blue pill, I'm giving you a choice. Are you ready to leave the old story behind and step into a new way of seeing yourself, life, and your role within it? If you do give me permission to blow your mind wide open and hopefully blow your heart wide open too, I want you to drop the word permission. And I mean it. And you can tell me if I'm wrong by the time I'm finished. I know that we're all here for a reason. I know that we've all shown up right now. We've taken the time, we've cleared our schedule, we've put the kids in the other room, we've taken out our phone, we've put our headphones in, we've taken out our laptop, we've retreated to the quiet study, whatever it is, to be here right now. And I ask you, give me this time to speak into you and through you the next version of yourself. Because there's a version of yourself that is ready to emerge, that the world desperately needs, that life is calling for you to become. And in order for you to do that, you cannot do what you've always done. You cannot be who you've always been. You have to become someone new to live a life you've never lived. Agreed? Just drop the word agree if you agree with that. I see I'm ready to emerge. Permission. I hear the calling. Now, the way that I like to deliver this is I'm not interested in talking at you. I want to speak with you. I want to commune with you. So the more energy you bring, the more energy I bring, the more this vortex spirals upwards and continues to make everything increase and appreciate for everyone here right now. I know that even though this seems to be taking place online, I'm actually sat here for real, just like you are. And we are all connected in this constellation all over the world. And as we focus our intent and we show up present here right now, we can make magic happen. I've seen it happen before, and it will happen today. If you're ready to make some magic happen, drop the word magic. And then I'm going to share my screen and we are going to dive in for real. So this is a photo from Gran Canaria. I was recently there speaking, delivering a similar presentation to the one that you are about to receive right here, right now, to a packed auditorium of men and women changing their lives. This is not simply some online thing. These are real people all around the world having very real life transformations. The online just happens to be a convenient interface for all of us to meet up. And with that, Let's dive in. So I want to ask you, why are you here? You could be doing 15 other things right now. Why are you here right now on this call? What is it that you are yearning for? What is that next step of life that gets to unfold? What is the circumstances you need to change? What is that desire for more that hasn't yet been fulfilled? I see to evolve and transform, to change my reality, to put myself first, higher frequency, magic, learning to build an abundant life, abundance. I want to jump into a new portal. Actually, speaking of portals, did you know that, I mean, here it's the 29th, right? So on the 28th, so just a day ago, there was a very unique convergence between the Sun, Mercury, and Saturn in Pisces. And that brings tremendous clarity. It's a time of setting new borders and boundaries, a time of reassessing and reevaluating your relationships. And maybe you can feel that shift where you are. Maybe you feel that right now, the training wheels come off, the armbands come off, and now it's time to really get in the ring. Now it's really time to get in the game. All of the playing the extra, the supporting role in life, those days are over. It's time to step up as the main character in our own story. It's time to direct our own movie. 2024 demands it from us. And the shift is real. So I ask you, why are you here right now on this call? But let's go broader than that. Let's pull the lens back even further. Why are you here? Why are you on planet Earth? Why were you born at this time, at this juncture, at this epoch, at this moment as humanity is awakening en masse? Why are you here? And answer me this. Whatever the answer to that question is, why you feel you were put on this planet, why you were born on Earth at this time, are you living it yet? Because if not, what are you waiting for? If not you, then whom? If not now, then when? And if not this, then what? You do need a bridge. You do need a vehicle. You need a way to create that life that you know in your heart is possible. So I hear people say they don't believe in coincidences. Let me tell you what a coincidence is. Here's an event taking place across space and time. Here's another event taking place across space and time. Let's say, for example, you tuning into this webinar and me delivering this to you, right? That is a coincidence. The place where those two events overlap is the coincidence. So you being here right now is by design. It's not luck. It's not chance. Things don't happen by chance. They happen by choice. You made the choice to be here. Now receive this fully. Become who you were always meant to be. When you look around you, you are the change the world needs. You are asking more out of life because you know it's possible. Because you know you are here for more. You're here to serve bigger, play bigger, live louder, laugh bigger. And the truth is, the time for action is now. Right? Who feels like the time for action is now? Right? Anybody else live through the last few years? Did that blindside you? Did that take you by surprise? The time for action is now. We have a window to position ourselves by getting into massive action so that all our futures are easier. It's a collective and shared responsibility. And in order to have responsibility, we need the ability to respond. And we want to respond from a level of solution, not from a level of the problem. Agreed? Tarek, you are literally speaking to my soul. Honestly, that is my intention. I'm not here to placate and give you filler and fluff. I'm here to call forward the next wave of leaders, because I believe in a present where we all get to step into our greatness, right? If you look at the night sky, this is something my beloved said to me once. She goes, if you look at the night sky, is it beautiful because you have one lonely star shining by itself? Or is it because all of the stars are shining in constellation? I'm telling you, when you ignite that spark within you, together we will shine not in isolation, but in constellation, and we will light up the night. In a way, we are crowdfunding freedom. Because if I ask you right now, and you've been asked this already, what is freedom to you? What is freedom to you? And as you write that down, let me tell you what freedom is to me. Some people say freedom is travel. Some say freedom is time with my kids. Some say freedom is the ability to wake up when I want to, buy that nice car, live in that nice home. You know what freedom is to me, genuinely? Freedom is when we're all free. Freedom is when we are all free, all of us. No point one person, 2 people, 10 people being free at the top. We need everyone to be free. We were born to be free. And how are we going to create that freedom? We're going to crowdfund it. We're going to get so many of us, millions of us, walking in a huge legion that freedom becomes inevitable. I call this a liquid tribe. A liquid tribe, meaning that even though we might have space and distance between us, we are all connected on a values level. Are we not? Can you feel how the people who are here see the world through a similar lens, view the universe from a similar vantage point? This is your liquid tribe, your chosen family. Now, who here, by the way, feels like they didn't belong growing up? Anybody? Or is it just me? Anybody else feel like you didn't belong? Now, why is that? I mean, you were born on Earth as a human being. How could you not belong? The reason you feel like you didn't belong is because you are here to change the game. If the game didn't need changing, you wouldn't have come here to change it. The reason you feel you didn't belong is because you were supposed to create the new. We are the ones that we have been waiting for, all of us. We chose this time to create the change, to break the chains, to be the game changer, the chain breaker, and create a new paradigm here for everybody. But we need support. We can't do it alone. We need vehicles. We need to be able to use and utilize infrastructures and systems that are here to support us. We need businesses that can support us, free up our time, free up our energy so that we can do what we are here to do, so that we can live on our path, on our purpose, on our mission, and deliver our vision into the world. The reason you feel you didn't belong is because you are one of those who didn't fit in, so that you could be here right now and stand proud with all the misfits. And maybe once you felt you stood out. But when a million people stand out, they stand together. And I believe the critical mass has already been reached. The point of saturation has already been well surpassed. And now we ask ourselves, what part do we get to play? How are we going to contribute to this grand vision unfolding? So now we're going to get into the paradigm shift. And I want to ask you, is having a job normal? Is it genuinely normal, or has it simply been normalized? And if you have a job and you love it, more power to you. Though my guess would be that you wouldn't be here right now if it was truly fulfilling you. If it was truly what you woke up every day and said to yourself, this is why I was put on earth. I was put on earth to go to that job from that time to that time and work for that boss in that building. And just because everyone's doing it, it doesn't mean there isn't a better way. So, are you ready to play full out? If you're ready to go on a bit of a trip with me here, I want you to just say ready. I am going to reveal to you the hidden spells hiding in plain sight that have been quietly eating away at your joy without you even realizing it. You know, when someone asks, how do you spell that word? The reason it's called spelling is because you are casting a spell. And many spells have been cast, but those spells aren't these magical spells that are here to help us. They've been keeping us suppressed. And I'm going to reveal this for you, and I promise you, once you see this, you will never be able to unsee it again. And we're going to read this short paragraph here that you see on the screen. And we're going to do it together. And I'm going to ask you what you notice about this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'll tell you about the job I undertake. I begin Monday morning. I work through my weekdays to earn my living, pay my mortgage, and then we celebrate our weekend together. Now, what do you notice about that paragraph? Can you spot the hidden spells? I see it seems so sad, ouch, control, complete chains. I'm going to celebrate every day, not just the weekend. Okay, are you ready for me to show you the spells? Because you have a sense that, oh, it's sad or it feels negative, but do you know why? It goes beyond mundane. It goes beyond putting life on hold. I've done this in front of many audiences. Nobody sees it until they see it. Are you ready? Are you ready to have the veil pulled away? All right, look at the screen. And now I'm going to change the spelling. I'll tell you about the job I undertake. I begin Monday morning. I work through my weekdays to earn my living, pay my mortgage, and then we celebrate our weekend together. Do you see it now? The word job comes from the Hebrew word Eyob, which means persecuted. Why do we call a job an undertaking? Where else do you find an undertaker? in a funeral home. Monday morning is the time when the most people on this planet take their lives. Beginning Monday morning. And then people work through their weekdays, and they keep referring to it as their weekdays, weekdays, weekdays. So if you are in a days of the week, we are all surprised why everybody's walking around shuffling like zombies. Meanwhile, they're in a weekdays. And you don't earn the living, you earn the dead. What is a mortgage? Another word for a house loan, but let's look at it more closely. Mort, French for death, gage, pledge. Mortgage, death pledge. And then we celebrate our weekend, the opposite of a strong beginning. Can you see how the language is encoded with decay? That's why it's felt off your whole life. That's why something about it didn't ring true for you. Do you see it now? This is the paradigm that we're here to change. So, about a year ago, it was my birthday, and myself and Clint and several others were speaking at Wild and Free Festival in Sweden. And Ryan, another leader there, and I were flying to Ibiza for my birthday. And Clint joined as well. And Clint and I had this moment where we were standing in the water for about 3 hours. No jokes. Standing for about 3 hours in the water. And I didn't know this, but did you know that in Ibiza, the beaches are built on quartz crystal? So we're standing on quartz crystal with our feet in the sand, our bodies in the water, our torsos in the breeze, and the sun shining overhead. All the elements present. And it was like a channel opened up, and I started to get all of these downloads around water. And so did Clint. And we went back and forth for honestly hours. I mean, the people who were sitting down on the side sunbathing must have gone like, those guys have just been standing there for hours. What's going on? Would you like for me to share with you the downloads that I received? Because this is, again, another paradigm shift. This is how things get to now be. See, Waves of Impact is the movement that was being birthed around this. And to begin with, it wasn't going to be called Waves of Impact. I wanted to call it Way of Water. But then I didn't really want to get a cease and desist from James Cameron or get in trouble with Disney or Avatar, so I decided to call it Waves of Impact. But these are some of the downloads that I received that day. What are some of the ways that we describe God, source, the universe? We say things like God, the universe, creator, was here before us, will be here after we're gone, is inside us and all around us, is in everything, is a part of everything. Isn't that right? Well, can't the same also be said for water? And so now we are in the age of Aquarius, and James Cameron releases Avatar, The Way of Water. And there was this moment in the movie. Who here has seen Avatar, The Way of Water? And there was this moment in the movie where Tsareya and then Loak speak this statement. The way of water has no beginning and no end. The sea is around you and in you. The sea is your home, before your birth and after your death. Our hearts beat in the womb of the world. Our breath burns in the shadows of the deep. The sea gives, and the sea takes. Water connects all things. Life to death, darkness to light. Water is life's matter and matrix, mother and medium. There is no life without water. And this is Albert Szent Györgyi. The person who discovered vitamin C said this. And as I was standing there in the water, standing on quartz crystal, I got all of these, you know, that moment in the Matrix where Neo goes, I know Kung Fu. Well, it was like that, except I understand water. And all of a sudden, I feel like I've been living my whole life blind to what was there, present all around me. And I want to show you how profound this is, because it all connects together. Thousands have lived without love, not one without water. Okay, the language of wealth is the language of water. The language of wealth is the language of water. Who here, you know, we're talking about abundance and making it rain and talking about money. But is it just me, or has the pursuit of money and the conceptualization of what money is felt artificial to you? You found it hard to relate to coins made of metal, or you've found it hard to connect to ones and zeros on a screen. Money was never meant to be ones and zeros. Money was never meant to be metal. Money was and was always meant to be water. And I will prove it to you. Cash flow. All the language of wealth is connected to water. Income stream. Riverbanks control the current sea. So the bank controls the flow, otherwise known as the current, right? So it controls the current sea. And banks, which are called banks for the same reason, control the money flow, which is the currency. Spells of language. Making it rain. Isn't that what we're here to do? To make it rain? Money pouring in. We don't say money was falling in. We don't say money was toppling in. We say pouring in. We use water language. You dissolve a business. We look for solutions. What is a solution? Something mixed in water. We solve a problem. What else solves? Water. A business goes insolvent when it can't pay its debts. Again, water language. We say things like a floating balance. We liquidate a company. Still think it's a coincidence? We can increase the liquidity of something. We have investment pools. We say things like money is trickling in. Business is drying up. Business is flowing in. Do you see it now? Water is wealth. Wealth is water. And because we've been relating to money as metal or as digital ones and zeros, it hasn't connected to the elemental nature of who we are as human beings born on a planet. But when we look at money as water flow, it feels different. We can connect to it. We can commune with it. We call the now the current. You stream a movie. Where's the word stream from? You change a channel. Channel is another name for a body of water. Everything alive has water in it. And did you know the first thing that happens to a body when someone dies is their body immediately begins to lose moisture, begins to lose water. It's almost like the water is the medium for the spirit and knows that it's no longer needed in that vessel. We call land without a water source barren. We call land with a water source fertile. A woman without water in her womb, we call barren. Woman with water in her womb, fertile. Are you seeing how intrinsically connected all of these things are? Another word for your son or daughter is your offspring, meaning they are off the spring, off the main spring. Mothership. So, what if water was the solution to wealth all along? And because we've never looked at it that way, we've never felt about it that way, we've never been able to connect to our innate inheritance of wealth and abundance and prosperity. Because this is not simply about money. This is about a spiritual reclamation of our divine right to be provided for as people born on the earth. It's deeper than that. And if water was the solution to wealth all along, wouldn't you be happy to discover it now? Wouldn't now be a good time to change that relationship? To let those floodgates open, to let those streams flow in? Wouldn't now be a good time? Any business claiming that it is a true solution, it needs to solve all of the following challenges at once. Because if we want to go into this new version of ourselves, this new version of our life, we have to build a bridge to get there. And between this day and tomorrow, you are going to have that bridge. And not only the bridge, but the vehicle that you need to get you from one side of the bridge to the other, from the life as you have it now to the life as it's about to be. We need a business that can empower us to earn from anywhere at any time, or to create from anywhere at any time. We need something that will give us access to true time freedom. We need the ability to travel anywhere. We need stability now and for the future. Supreme health for us and our families. A pandemic-proven and a recession-proof business. Because maybe you right now who are on this call, maybe you had to close a business down. Maybe your brick and mortar business was shut down over the last few years. What if you were independent and nobody could take your business away from you? And therefore you had a livelihood that you could create more from anywhere at any time. A disruption-proof model, a worldwide aligned community. That's us at Wild and Free in Sweden. On top of that, any true solution would also need to tackle the following. It would need to have a robust global infrastructure, say like 42 offices in 22 countries and growing. It would need to be trusted by millions. It would need to have a lifelong track record. Currently, 50 years and still standing. Thousands of proven success stories. Both analog and digital ways to operate. What if the internet was to shut down? What then? Well, if you have a business that's 50 years old, then it has an infrastructure that was around before the internet. And during the last world situation, it grew. The ability to run this business in your own time and from anywhere with a smartphone or a laptop, and have it be something that everybody needs, something anyone can do, with true physical products, not digital, not some digital currency that has no inherent value, that the volatility of could mean that it's worth $1 today, 1,000 tomorrow, and nothing the day after. And you would receive all the training and systems you need to succeed. You can create generational wealth and pass it on to your kids to create true legacy. A pre-built business you can start once, yet it can continue to pay you for the rest of your life, and has been proven to replace and exceed full-time incomes when you apply our proven strategies and the systems and methods and models that are here for you. In an industry set to grow by 40% from 2022 to 2027. The solution you're about to learn about ticks all of these boxes. And it's the only one in the entire world that I've seen that ticks all of these boxes. Because we're here to solve problems, soothe pains, and serve people. People deserve to know of a solution that can solve their problems. They're those water words again. You deserve to know of a solution that can solve your problems. So tune in tomorrow and learn how it all works, because you've now found your liquid tribe. And if you want to connect or share anything from here with anyone else, feel free to tag me. I'd be happy to reshare it as well. When you are full, your cup will run over, and that abundance will spill out into the lives of the people that you care about and the projects you care about too. Thank you, everyone. It's been a real pleasure being here with you. Was that a paradigm shift? Did that change the way that you see your connection to wealth? Given you a deeper appreciation for water and how it's truly meant to serve us? You've found what you're looking for, and somehow it's also found you. Thank you, everybody. Blessings to you.
Oh my goodness, Tarek. I've been sitting here thinking, how do I even come back on screen after that delivery? It was so incredibly profound. And I can see so much value has been received in the comments. Overflow needed. So much excitement, so much gratitude. Water is everything. People finding their purpose, feeling the beautiful delivery of this. So beautiful. Thank you to Tarek. Thank you to Carmen and Clint. Everyone's excited for tomorrow. Water is wealth. Yes. Oh, I've got goosebumps. And I was actually getting a little bit worried because there's some background noise that's appeared in my apartment, but I realized that it's the flow of the pool. So how divine and beautiful if you can hear some water running in the background. It may just be a divine transmission for us. Tarek, thank you so very much. I would love to know in the comments, everybody, are you feeling so beautifully activated after this powerful call? Yes, goosebumps. Yes, Liquid Tribe. Yes, cannot wait for tomorrow. Make it rain. Water is powerful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody is lit and excited. You're loving my flow of the pool. Okay, amazing. Thank you for playing out. Thank you for joining in. This was such a profoundly moving call. And I just want to celebrate and give massive thanks and gratitude to our speakers who really showed up with incredible vulnerability, with real raw truths, with revelations, with emotion, with what's really been possible for them, combining the water and the wealth and the language that we use, and for them to be able to future pace their realities that they desired and the lives they wanted to design for themselves. And that is the invitation for you here in day one. I have been glued to the screen. I've been watching all your comments. I was hanging off of every word. I could have been here and listened to this all day. And I would love to know more about how you're feeling, how this impacted you today. Empowered, yes. Soul activated, looking for the solutions. Yes. Oh, beautiful. A whole new future pace tonight. Stay tuned because I've got something around that coming up for you, a secret extra surprise that we felt inspired to do after Carmen and Clint's pieces about their future pacing. So stay with me just now, but do let me know in the comments, even just one word. You know, what value did you receive today? What was the one word that sums up your greatest takeaway? Because, you know, we are here for, all of us are here, aren't we, for the real potential to create the magic in our lives that we desire and that we deserve and are worthy of. And also in the lives of those who are around us, right? To impact massive change in the world for a better way of living, for a better way of us thriving and loving our lives. And if you feel you've been given a bit of a mini superpower just from day one already, we are so excited for day two. And I hope that you're feeling different. I hope that something has changed for you at a cellular level. We promised this to you in the group. We said to you and suggested to you that from the start of today to now, you will already feel like a different person. And I would love to know if that's how you feel, because being able to make a difference is really what lights us up, to be able to really celebrate you being impacted with the ripples of change that we've hopefully started for you here. You know, being able to make a difference, and for each of us being able to live happier and wealthier and more free, you know, being able to show up more powerfully for ourselves and our children and our communities, that we really are being invited to be a part of all of the ripples of change that are surrounding us and are here for us as a potential. I just get so excited talking about this. I'm loving these comments, full of energy. So worthy of having an overflowing bank account to pour into others. Yes, that is beautiful. People feeling lit AF. Beautiful. I love it. Confirming you are in the right place. Yes. A word, shoaling. Oh, amazing. It's gone too quickly, but it was shoaling for fish coming to her. Oh, wow. Okay. Just amazing. I'm loving this. No other community like this. Gratitude for the water. Worthy in knowing you're in the right path. Liquid magic. Super energy boost. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for sharing with me. Thank you. Thank you. I love how you've all played full out. I love how you've all shown up. And I wish we could do the giveaway for everybody, because there have been over 850 of you on live with us. And we know that there's so many more in the group that will be catching us up on the other side of the world when they all wake up. I mean, what are they in for? How amazing is that? I've got goosebumps thinking about what we've created here for them to step into today. So please just celebrate yourselves for being here live. I would love to award one person $300 right now, 300 Australian dollars. The team will be in touch to organize this with you, so you don't need to worry about what to do. We will contact you. But I'd like to award this to Yumi Palmer. Congratulations to you, Yumi, and I'm going to explain why. She's been showing up in the comments, playing full out with us, but she also pulled a card from her healing water deck for us. Are you ready for this? How incredible. It says, beneath the surface, what is really driving you? What are your true motives? It is time to break free. I wish I could show you the hair on my arms from reading that to you. And I saw it in the comments. I'm like, what a worthy winner to be able to share that with us, for playing full out. Congratulations to you, Yumi. Thank you for pulling that card for us all, for calling us to come above the surface and break free. Congratulations. Okay, so tomorrow we will be going deep into the conscious business model that is fully online, but the foundations are really rooted in the global impact and change we are here to have, where we get to ripple together and affect a massive wave of impact around us and the planet. So we will be showing you the steps to take in the business and what it really gets to look like when you tie it all together, you know, the mission to the mastery of wealth and impact. But ahead of tomorrow, so same time, same place, remember, it's going to be live streamed into the group exactly like today, 11 a.m. AEST, 5 p.m. if you're in the USA Pacific time. But ahead of tomorrow, here's our fun surprise. We love abundance, right? So I couldn't wait to give you more. So we've got another giveaway for you and an invitation for you to get real and raw with us too. Outside of these comments, I'm going to pop a post into the group straight after this call has ended and invite you to share with us your future pacing video. You know how Carmen showed us? She was crying in the car. She filmed her video. Like, so much emotion came through for me when I was watching that again. We would like to invite you to share your video with us in the comments of that thread. So inside the group, I will put a post in there for day one home play. We're going to call it some home play. So I want to give you 24 hours to get connected to your future pacing version of what it is you want to create. Who are you? What do you see? What do you feel? What do you taste? What do you smell? Exactly how Carmen led us to understand how to do a future pacing video. If you've never done that before, you can go back and watch the replay. The replay's here for you inside the group. Go watch Carmen's section again. Connect to your future pacing version of you and what it is you are creating. And then pop it into the comments below that home play image I'll put into the group for you. And you'll be in with a chance. In tomorrow morning, we're going to go through them all overnight and ahead of the call. So get them in before 10 a.m. AEST. Give me an hour to go through and start watching them. I'm probably going to need longer than that. I'm going to have to watch all day. And we're going to go through those. And whoever really shares a very powerful clarity around their version and the vision of life they want to create, we're going to give another $300 out. And I know you will all be worthy winners, but we will only be able to pick one. But join us live tomorrow, 11 a.m. AEST for day 2, where we're going to be bringing it together with Ashley A. McNulty and Brooke W. March, two more incredibly profound and powerful speakers and mentors and leaders in our community who have created their dream lives. And we will see you tomorrow to share with you the exact conscious business model that we have been leading you towards. And we couldn't be more excited to share with you the steps. Thank you so much. Everybody will win doing this home play. Yes, amazing. That is such a powerful statement to end with. Thank you so much. I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining us and thank you for playing full out. We will see you tomorrow. Much love, everybody.